What's up, a Cinema Shogun here, and you know that saying that goes something like, love is in the air? Well, obviously, the opposite of that is in the air right now, because yesterday, we got all types of news breaking about all of these celebrity divorces and these marriages that are on the rocks. As I reported earlier, Tom Brady and Giselle might be splitting up. They're looking for divorce lawyers. One of the Maori twins, Tia or Tamara, I always get them mixed up. She filed for divorce. And now we're getting breaking news about Angelina and Brad Pitt. Angelina Jolie, that is, and Brad Pitt, because things are really heating up in their feud. Now, as a lot of you probably already know, there's a lawsuit going on right now between Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. Brad Pitt is suing her for selling a portion of their wine company. That's been going on for a while now. I've looked into it, but I didn't think it was interesting enough to cover. I'm not going to sit here and gossip all day about Angelina and Brad Pitt's wine company. However, Angelina is now countersuing, and she's throwing all of these new and old allegations at Brad Pitt, and it's heating up. It's sounding crazy. And a lot of people are already labeling Angelina Jolie as Amber Heard 2.0. Now, I want to be careful on my channel. I don't know all of the details about this particular situation, so I don't want to dogpile on Angelina Jolie. I don't want to label her as Amber Heard 2.0 because, like I've been saying with the Amber Heard situation, I think when we do things like that, we are playing into their hands. Let's keep it classy here. But I see why people are labeling her Amber Heard 2.0, because if you look into the situation, and like I said, I'm not an expert on the situation, but I have looked into it a little bit, and you can see that her allegations have changed over the years. Like, there's new details all the time. And now, through this counter lawsuit or whatever, she's laid out these allegations, and there's new details. Once again, not to mention that law enforcement has already looked into the situation. This fight on the plane between Angelina and Brad Pitt. And not just law enforcement, the FBI actually investigated this situation, and they decided to not press any charges. So it's really sticky and icky as to what's going on here. And I will say, for right now, there are signs pointing towards the fact that Angelina Jolie is fabricating some of these details. But let's go over the allegations against Brad Pitt. Angelina is saying that Brad Pitt allegedly choked one of his kids with Angelina Jolie and then grabbed her by her head on their infamous 2016 private plane fight. At one point, he poured beer on Jolie. At another, he poured beer and red wine on his kids. Jolie allegedly tried to intervene at one point and grabbed her then husband from behind, trying to stop him, per the countersuit. To get Jolie off his back, Pitt threw himself backwards into the airplane seats, injuring Jolie's back and elbow. The kids rushed in and all bravely tried to protect each other. Before it was over, Pitt choked one of the kids and struck another in the face. Some of the kids pleaded with Pitt to stop. They were all frightened. Many of them were crying. For one, I'm not trying to be funny here, but it's like the way they talk about their kids. It's like many of them were crying. Some of them protected each other. It's like, how many freaking kids do they have? They're acting like it's a football team. But I know they do have like a lot of adopted kids. But as far as the allegations go, I mean, I don't want to believe that Brad Pitt would do something like that. But I'm also not someone that allows my judgment to be clouded by stardom or what have you. But like I was saying earlier, these allegations are a little different than the allegations that were laid out before. And as this situation has played out through the years, sometimes it's quiet, sometimes you hear little rumblings about it. There's always these extra little splashes, these extra little details added onto the story to embellish it, to make it more, to more juicy, if you will. And I don't like things like that. If these allegations were to have stayed exactly the same throughout the years, then I would take them way more seriously than when someone's like Emerald Lagasse. Did you ever watch that show, the cooking show back in the day? He'll cook up a nice plate and then he'll go, bam! Add a little extra seasoning, a little extra garnish to spice things up a bit or to make the plate look more colorful. That's what Angelina Jolie has been doing with these allegations over the years. A little bam, here and there. Oh, okay, I understand. You've heard these allegations before, but it's a new year, and hey, here's some new details to make it sound worse. So I'm not saying that she's lying for 100% fact. I'm just saying the story has slightly changed, and the FBI looked into it, and they decided to go nowhere with it. So I don't know why everything is changing right now. And it seems like Angelina Jolie wasn't as adamantly going after this situation back then as opposed to now. Things are just really getting ugly between the two. But I mean, what's going to happen going forward? I believe that, for one, we have to think about this. The lawsuit is based on, or it's surrounding this wine company. So Angelina Jolie throwing out these allegations and bringing all these details into that lawsuit, it's almost meaningless and pointless if you ask me. I mean, I'm not a lawyer and I'm not a judge. I'm not an expert. But what does that have to do with their wine company? Let's say Angelina Jolie is telling the truth. What does that have to do with this wine company, with this particular lawsuit? It seems almost to me as if it has nothing to do with it at all, but she wanted the opportunity while the coal was hot, while the iron was hot, while people were paying attention to this couple again, or this couple that used to be couple, that she decided to throw these allegations kind of out there for no reason. You get what I'm saying here? Because it has nothing to do with their wine company. And even if Angelina in the court of law tomorrow proved that Brad Pitt did everything that I just told you she said he did, that still has nothing to do with her selling off a portion of this wine company that she was not supposed to be selling off. But sources are saying that it's incredibly sad that Angelina continues to rehash, revise, and reimagine her description of an event that happened 6 years ago, adding in completely untrue information to try to get additional attention for herself at the expense of their family. She had the opportunity to share information with law enforcement who made the decision not to press charges. She had the chance to share this during the lengthy custody trial, which resulted in the judge granting 50-50 custody to Brad Pitt. She has resorted to trying to keep rehashing the same thing, going back to the same thing month after month with new and still false information for purposes that only she can understand. Whoa. Well, I mean, if you're going to put it like that, then I feel you. But yeah, I'm interested in hearing, what do you all think about this? I mean, what does Angelina have to gain here by throwing out these false allegations? You know, when it was Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, Amber Heard was very much in a position where, in her career, where she could still need to use more famous people to get ahead in life. I don't think Angelina Jolie needs Brad Pitt to get ahead in life. So I'm really curious as to what her motive would be to spread these lies. But at the same time, and I know I might catch some fire for this, but women do this more often than you might think. You break up, maybe you're not on the best of terms, but then all of a sudden all of these allegations fly out there. We see it happen in Hollywood all the time, and this happened in 2016, which was at the height of all of this woke nonsense, believe all women, Me Too, cancel culture. Like, that was at its pinnacle around 2016, right? And some could argue things have gotten worse or better since then. At the very least, I think the Johnny Depp trial opened up a lot of people's eyes to accepting the fact that men can be victims too. So that may work out in Johnny Depp's and Brad Pitt's favor. But in this situation, I'm really curious to hear from Brad Pitt. We know about Angelina Jolie's accusations, and I know that Brad Pitt is denying these accusations. But I want to hear from Brad Pitt. What was going on in this relationship? Was Angelina this crazy, toxic woman, at least in his opinion? I don't know, but there's definitely more to this story. And I'm telling you all right now, go ahead and grab your popcorn, grab your soda, your water, whatever you like to drink, and get ready. Because over the next couple of days, next coming weeks, things are going to get uglier between these two. And the mainstream media is already attaching itself. Hell, even I'm starting to get interested. So we'll see where it goes. If you want me to cover it more, let me know down in the comments below. If you want me to dive into some of the backstory between these two, let me know down in the comments below. But while you're down there, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all on the next video.